All right. Okay, folks, before we have our final drive, we are going to do our awards and scholarship presentation for our Market Lamb show. So I'm going to introduce those individuals one at a time. When I call your name and breed, you'll come out and receive your awards and take pictures. You ready? So good? All right. Okay, we're ready to go. We're going to start with our champion South Down, exhibited by Staten Silvers, Junction FFA, receiving a $10,000 scholarship. Next, our reserve champion South Down was exhibited by Bexley Peck, Lavaca County 4-H. Our champion fine wool was brought to us by Emma Osborne, Llano County 4-H, receiving a $10,000 scholarship. And our reserve champion fine wool was exhibited by Curry Smithwick, Runnels County 4-H. Our champion fine wool cross was exhibited by Berkeley Struby, Tom Green County 4-H, receiving a $10,000 scholarship. And our reserve champion fine wool cross was exhibited by Livy Krippendorf, Davenport FFA. Our champion Dorper was brought to us by Brody Rader, Gillespie County 4-H. Brody has actually received maxed out on scholarships from San Antonio. Very fortunate. Our reserve champion Dorper was brought to us by Blakely Clem, Lynn County 4-H, receiving a $10,000 scholarship. And our champion medium wool was brought to us by Hazen Hoffman, Glasscock County 4-H, receiving a $10,000 scholarship. And our reserve champion medium wool was exhibited by Reagan Miller, Denver City FFA. Folks, let's give our award winners and our scholars one more big round of applause. And thank you to the San Antonio Stock Show as well as all its generous donors for providing all this support. Okay, we're going to gear up and get ready for our final drive. Ready? Okay, we are ready. And we are going to start with our champion South Down, brought to us by Staten Silvers of Junction FFA. Staten enjoys running track and showing sheep, wants to attend Texas Tech University to become a vet. Our reserve champion South Down was exhibited by Bexley Peck of Lavaca County 4-H. Bexley enjoys showing lambs, and she has her own dog collar business, wants to attend Texas A&M University. Our champion fine wool was exhibited by Emma Osborne of Llano County 4-H. Emma enjoys playing volleyball and showing livestock, wants to attend Baylor Medical School. Our reserve champion fine wool was exhibited by Curry Smithwick, Runnels County 4-H. Curry enjoys playing golf. He's not sure yet what he wants to do in the future. Our champion fine wool cross was brought to us by Berkeley Struby of Tom Green County 4-H. Berkeley enjoys playing gymnastics, volleyball, and showing livestock, wants to attend Texas A&M University. Our reserve champion fine wool cross was exhibited by Livy Krippendorf, Davenport FFA. Livy enjoys playing volleyball and wants to attend Texas A&M University. Our champion Dorper was exhibited by Brody Rader, Gillespie County 4-H. Brody enjoys hunting and fishing and wants to attend Texas Tech University. Our reserve champion Dorper was exhibited by Blakely Clem, Lynn County 4-H. Blakely enjoys playing basketball, and she wants to attend Texas Tech University. Our champion medium wool was exhibited by Hazen Hoffman of Glasscock County 4-H. Hazen enjoys all things related to livestock, wants to attend either Texas Tech or OSU. And our reserve medium wool was exhibited by Reagan Miller, Denver City FFA. Reagan enjoys showing sheep and wants to attend Texas University. Folks, as John Kearney used to say, we've got a great set of sheep out here and a better set of kids. Let's give them all one big round of applause.
Well, what a great couple days. Really enjoyed not only getting to evaluate the sheep, but work with your youth. Two of the most favorite things that I get to do. Appreciate Cash. When Brian called, I've made this announcement, but some of you may not have heard. He called to have me judge, and then, I don't know, a month or so later he called and said the committee would like you to pick an assistant judge. And I said, well, what is your intention with an assistant judge or a second judge or what have you? And they said, well, we want somebody that would do something like this, a major show in the next 4 to 5 years, and has been doing some regional shows, been doing some shows, and has some experience, but want to just kind of give them the experience of San Antonio and a big show 2 days with this many head and so on and so forth, and kind of like a shadowing or mentorship type thing. And when I went to come up with names, it was pretty hard to do because most of my livestock judging experience has been right here in Texas, and we were going to do this in Texas. But there's 3 names that came up, and Cash's was on the top of that list because I'd done a show in South Dakota. And in that show in South Dakota, I was listening to him as he did the does, and I was doing the weathers, or going to do the weathers there in a bit. And I watched him go through the classes. I listened to his reasons. I watched him work with the kids, and I saw a young man that I thought, this guy's he's up and coming. He's really good. He's really good with the youth. He describes the animals well. He sees them somewhat like I do, which some people might think's good and some people might think's bad, Cash. But he sees them like I do, or saw them like I do, and described them somewhat like I do. Obviously, he's got a little more terminology than me. I'm a little more meats and potatoes, and he's got a little more briefcase to talk about things. But it has been absolutely a great experience. I've always thought that the two-judge system would be a good thing, and it has been. And as we've got more comfortable, I'll preface it with this. I called him about every week for the last 3 to 4 weeks just to talk to him, to get to know him better, because I talked to him at South Dakota, and I felt like we had started a relationship, and I felt like that he was one of the people that I would want to recommend at some time. I knew he was on the list of things to do, and I called him, and we talked for an hour, hour and a half each time. And when we talked, we'd talk about sheep and goats, but we'd also just talk about life. We talked about his ag program. We talked about when I was a county agent and so on and so forth, and I got to know him over the phone. And I think that relationship is built, and I think that we've built a lifelong relationship at this point, and it's been a very positive experience. And I hope that you all saw what I saw in Cash the last 2 days of working with the youth, of describing the animals, of working with me, and where he puts his emphasis and importance. And it sounds like an advertisement for you, Cash, and it kind of is, because I think you are up and coming, are going to do this, and I appreciate your input. And as I got more comfortable with him after the first day especially, we discussed more and we talked more, and there was more input probably from him. At the same time, I told Brian that this needs, if you ask me to do this first, this needs to be a show where people can come and know that I'm going to bring one that I would usually bring to Steve Sturts, and he's going to be able to place up at the top or place close to the top or know what my tendencies are. And as we worked through the last 2 days, we found out that a lot of those same tendencies we have together, and I appreciate his input. I appreciate him being positive and working through those things. And again, he does a really good job with the youth, and I'm really proud of this experience we've had together. And I think he's up and coming and going to do it, and I'll judge any of them in the world with him again if I get the chance. So I appreciate that. As we look at these animals out here, wow, what a set, guys. These kids have done an awesome job the last 2 days, and we've worked through a lot of sheep and covered a lot of miles in this ring, and a really, really nice set, a really good set of each breed. And when we look through them and we talk about structure and skeleton and muscularity and putting the right kind of muscle on the right kind of frame with the right kind of finish, I don't think there can be much argument that these out here all fit that bill and do a very good job of them meeting those standards that we talk about and that we talked about in classes. I can't say how much I appreciate the kids, the way they treated each other, the way they treated us, their stockmanship, their showmanship. We had some tears, both me and the kids. It's hard when you have to put somebody in a cry hole. We took a very good amount of time to make sure that those holes that were sale holes, we wanted to make sure that those kids got in the right place, and took as much time on those as probably we did the top end at times. And I hope that the value in that and the time that it took to do that is understood by everybody, and I'm sure it is, because it is important that we make sure that we get the right animals in the right holes for the right kids, and do it in a way that's methodical and hopefully as quick as we can. I'm going to let Cash say some words. This is kind of on the spot. I didn't tell you I was going to do this. Sorry. I'm going to let him say some words. I don't think we need to talk through each of these sheep. I think we know that they're balanced. We know they're structurally correct. We know that there's some soundness. We know that they handle good as far as finish and as far as muscle's concerned. When we move them around the ring, they're aesthetically pleasing to the eye. When we stop and stand them, we like the way they look from the side, and I think we both will mirror that saying, because we've been doing it all week or our last 2 days, and it's been very unanimous in most of our decisions, or all of our decisions, really. I'm going to let Cash say a few things, and then we'll go pick your champion in reserve. I can't thank San Antonio enough for this opportunity. I can't thank them enough for what they do for the youth in the state of Texas. It's very much appreciated by me as an ex-county agent, and now just a producer and a person that cares about these youth and where they go and what they do. And without San Antonio Livestock show, I don't know. The other shows are all good. We're all together, and they're all important. But this one is giving a lot of scholarships, a lot of money, giving a lot of time to the youth, and they do an excellent job, and I appreciate that. Let's give those people, the people that are in those positions, a round of applause so they know how much we care about that and how much it means to us, because it's very important. I'm going to let Cash talk, and then I'm going to talk again just a little bit, and then we'll pick your champion in reserve. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Cash, I'm going to let you say a few words.
First of all I can say is, wow, what a sheep show. And, I was fortunate enough to be down here a couple years ago, and whenever I got back, one of my favorite things that I said was the energy and the atmosphere that you guys have down here in this state in terms of your stock shows and the support is second to none. Just the type of kids that you guys send in the ring help that you have, your staff and the interns and everything upon that nature with the kid in mind is very, very good. And, me and Steve got to work through the kids, and I'll say a group of young people that their sportsmanship is second to none. They look in the eye, and they're very responsive. And like you said, the way that they treat each other is very, very good, and it's a true testament to you guys raising these kids, doing it the right way. One thing I talk about a lot back at the house is, convincing the kids to stay in this, because there's a lot more things that are probably just as fun that require zero effort. On Friday night, we'd probably rather go watch the basketball game instead of exercise our sheep and make sure that we done legs that day, and just remind them to stay hooked and to have the big goal at the end of the day. And, I'll be the first one to tell you, and me and Steve, we were trying to be very efficient with our time, and if somebody thought we took too long, hey, I'm not going to apologize, because I want to make sure that the kid that hit the gate feels as good as the kid that is getting ready to get slapped for the grand right here, because without them, there's no sustainability within it. And we all want to win the big sheep show, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that these kids are enjoyable and they truly love this process and this experience, because like I said, I don't think there's no better way to raise kids, and making sure that every kid that went through here got to be able to interact with them, and that they truly felt valued. And no, I don't want them to think that just because they weren't out here in the Grand Drive that this was a bad experience, because we all know that, hey, there was a bunch of these things that hit the ring yesterday and today that they left home with the idea of ringing the bell at San Antonio, and unfortunately it doesn't always work out. And me and Steve, we were kind of talking through as maybe that cry hole spot or sending some kids out the gate, and wanted them to understand that they were truly valued whenever they hit the ring, because there's a lot of work and effort that goes into this, and there are vacations that are postponed. There's new vehicles being bought that are being postponed for kids to be able to do this, and I want to make sure that we do it with the utmost respect and integrity with those kids. And last, I want to say again, thank you to San Antonio and everybody over there. A top-notch job. And last, man, I could not thank you enough, Steve, for giving me this opportunity and being able to shout at you and go through. Whenever got the initial call, I said, man, he's going to be Batman and I'm going to be Robin. And at the end of it, he made me feel like I was an equal counterpart within this deal, and just being able to interact with him and learn from him, because I've always had the greatest amount of respect for him, not only in terms of his ability to sort the livestock, but the people that he has grown through his programs and his interactions and experiences. And, man, I don't think you've got a better person ever down here in Texas to interact with your kids. That being said, I'm going to give him the microphone. Thank you guys very much.
Well, an excellent set of sheep, excellent set of kids all day. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. I guess you can tell by us talking and continuing to talk. Again, thank you to Brian. Thank you to all the people, Jeff, the superintendents. It takes a whole bunch of people back here. All the interns were good. We appreciate all that work, and man, the ring help here is also second to none, and we appreciate that. And we hope that every kid feels like they got a shake and got looked at, and we feel like we did that. I had a real enjoyable, and I think Cash did time just visiting with the kids, joking with the kids, and going through and shaking their hands and working with them, and that's a very important part of the process. The next part of the process is to pick your champion, and I think we've got a heck of a set of breed champions from our South down all the way to our medium. I think when you look at structure and quality and muscle, this front row is just unbelievable, and that's taking nothing away from that second row because they're just a notch off, in my opinion. I think we talked about feet and legs, we talked about soundness, we talk about muscle, and we talk about putting it together in a package that's pleasing to the eye and that meets your hand nicely. These sheep will all be very good as far as their carcass quality and how they cut out. They're very pleasing to look at and show animals. By no means are not show animals. They're that next step past that meat animal. One that we appreciate all these for their quality, and talked much about the breeds last night as we ate supper and how good the quality was in those breeds. He'd not seen the fine wools as much as some of the other breeds, and was just really impressed with them. And I can remember when I first moved down here that my impression with the fine wolves was, wow, where'd they get those sheep from? But when we've got a really good one out here, probably as good a one as I've handled in a while, and we follow with one that just really neat behind him. The South Down, unbelievable as far as shape down that top, width down in through that hip, really balanced from the side, really structurally sound. I know I went backwards from fine wool to South Down since I was talking about him. That cross, when he came in, Cash and me looked at each other and said, man, that one just demands your attention and is just there, just really good. And then when we get to our reserve, wow, what a smooth transition, really cool one to look at. We get into the Dorpers, and for a breed that's not been here for very long, man, these things have come a long way, and we appreciate the muscle and the balance and the way that they're put together. And then, of course, in our medium wools, we just selected them, and we talked about how they hit us both hard from the side and from the structure, and skeletally how good they are. This time I'm going to go shake the hand of your champion and your reserve. Talk to Cash for just 1 second. We'll go congratulate them together. I think awesome sheep show, awesome set of kids, awesome venue to have it in. Let's end up with a round of applause, and we'll go talk for a second and pick your champion.
Our grand champion lamb goes to Hazen Hoffman, Glasscock County 4-H. And reserve grand goes to Reagan Miller, Denver City FFA. Congratulations to these exhibitors.